Guys, I have said Palantir is a top pick for the wheel strategy, and just in general, I am bullish and we have gotten some key important information and news that I'm going to be covering in this video. I'm very proud of my Discord members that are holding shares and doing covered calls because this stock has provided us with some very solid income. As you can see, Palantir is up a lot pre-market. It's up almost 10% after the earnings. My members have stayed cool, calm, and collected and bought the dip on this stock, and being very bullish has proven to be a very smart decision. The company posted $307 million in commercial revenue, up 33% from a year before, and just above the $306 million FactSet consensus. US commercial revenue was up 55% from a year before. The bigger top line beat came in the government business, where revenue was up 23% from a year before to come in at $371 million. Analysts were modeling $349 million. Palantir's revenue outlook for the third quarter calls for $697 million to $701 million, while analysts are expecting $681 million. I'm going to bet that this is just the beginning of many earnings beats. Palantir is likely to continue rising due to its relationships, strong track record, and innovation. I have no doubt, based on the facts I've read and people I've talked to in the industry, that Palantir is having a real impact on their customers. Product fulfillment and customer experience is the most important factor in a company's long-term growth, and that is what I'm paying very close attention to. This gives me a lot of long-term confidence in the stock. Running the wheel on Palantir has provided me with a very solid income, and that's what I'm going to go over in just a moment. But first, I want to say that they have a very bright future, and the best part is that the numbers support their vision. Here's a bit about Alex Karp's vision, and then I want to show you the options.
It is that you can build a great business, be aligned with America and the West, that alignment will make you stronger and better, that your software products will actually be products and not PowerPoints, and that you can actually build something with the best people in the world, the best investors in the world, that will lead to structural advantages. Of course, all along the way, we had many, many doubters. We had people that thought we would never be profitable. Now we are over 7 quarters in profitability. We thought people that we would never be able to grow the revenue. We'd never be able to re-accelerate the U.S. government because of it's often opaque, but we asserted that product superiority would overcome many of the vicissitudes and difficulties of working with the U.S. government. Witness re-acceleration. We asserted that our products were the precursor to making LLMs valuable, that we would productize how you create this value, much the way hyperscalers, as Shyam had mentioned, had productized other technical issues, and that we would give that productization to our customers. Witness our 70% after SPAC quarter, the third quarter in the row where we're growing at what amounts to a ridiculous rate. And there's witness the re-acceleration of our global business ex-SPAC to 30%. Witness our backlog. Look at any part of our business. Then it is like, well, how are we doing this is a really long and interesting question that people will dedicate their academic careers on, but we do not have time to address, and it may not be learnable for everyone, but we do it.
Alex Karp used the word hyperscalers, and that's what I think is going to happen with the stock in the next 12 to 24 months. I think the stock is going to rise in price because the Palantir as a business itself is in the hyperscaler stage. Now, let me show you some options that I'm looking at right now, and obviously, I've had Palantir for a very long time. I currently have 5,000 shares in this portfolio. I also have several thousand shares in my other portfolio. This position right here makes up 5.71% of my overall portfolio, and I have plenty of options right now where I'm running the wheel strategy. Now, I want to talk about the wheel strategy and how you should implement this on Palantir, given that the opening of the market will have Palantir basically up about 9 or 10%. It's not clear yet as I'm making this video right before market opens. So I'm going to try to do my best to predict what can happen, although I'm not the best at predicting. I just want to show you a simple logic, simple strategy that you can use. I'm going to pick an option going out to September 20th, and I'm simply going to sell puts. Now guys, selling puts is literally the #1 strategy that you should be using to enter into stocks and get a better price for the stock. I've said this many times, but Palantir is a very solid business. I like the fundamentals of Palantir. I like the technicals of Palantir, and selling put options has allowed me to acquire more stock. I've acquired more stock in Palantir without having to buy it at whatever the price is. So let's say right now the stock opens up at $26.41. I don't have to buy it at $26.41. I can actually go for an aggressive sell put position like 26 strike. This is actually very advantageous for a number of reasons. First of all, I'm going to get paid $355. That is a very large return, actually. Very large return. And specifically, when I sell a put option, if it goes down, I'm completely okay with that. Now, if it goes up, I'm also okay with that, because here you're going to get compensated so much that it doesn't really matter if Palantir rises, because you get paid in proportion to the volatility and to the expected return. So what I mean by that is, if Palantir is expected to rise and the whole market is betting on it going up, then basically when you're selling options, you're going to get paid for part of that expectation. So look here, when you sell a put option, you get paid. If it goes up, you still get to keep the premium, but you won't participate in all of the upward action. So for that reason, that's why I'm not only running the wheel strategy, I'm selling puts, which is part of the wheel strategy. I'm selling covered calls, which is also part of the wheel strategy. So I'm running both sides of the wheel strategy. Now, technically, the wheel strategy just means that you're selling put options. Once you get assigned, you then start selling call options. But for me, I'm actually being even more proactive. I'm running kind of 3 different strategies, and they're very similar, okay? They're all related to each other. First of all, selling put options. That's the first step of the wheel. But instead of waiting to get assigned, I'm also going for covered calls right now. So I have 5,000 shares. I plan to buy more. So let's just say that I have, or that you have 100 shares. You can also just go for sell call option and sell a 29 call option. Right now, you will get some upside on Palantir, right? As Palantir rises, but you also get premium. So you'll also make $89 in this example right now. This is, of course, before the market opens up. So I'm selling puts right now. I'm selling covered calls right now, and I'm basically running the wheel, and I'm being very proactive on Palantir because I've been a bull on this stock. I've covered this stock actually for years. If you go back on my channel and you type invest with Henry Palantir, I've been covering this stock for a very long time, and I've entered the stock many times throughout history. And right now, I'm still very, very bullish. I'm just very bullish for the next 12 to 24 months, given what Alex Karp has said. The CEO went to my high school. I've heard lots of good things from people working at the company, from their customers. I also know several customers, not personally, but I've done my research. I've talked to people. I've gotten some insights, which to me are just a screaming buy on the stock. I think that long-term, this stock is going to continue to rise. I'm not getting paid to promote the company. I'm just simply bullish, and I have my money invested here, and I want to share my honest truth of what I'm invested in with you guys here as subscribers, because I want you to understand what I'm investing in, what I'm buying. If you want to piggyback, that's up to you, but I'm just here to educate, and I want you to get better at option trading, because this is something that has made a huge difference in my life. It has given me so much freedom, and when you trade options properly, it's way safer than the stock market. So for me, this is basically something that I am using as my retirement strategy. And Palantir, it makes up 5% of my portfolio right now, but I'm highly considering increasing my stake up to 10% of my portfolio on Palantir, given all the innovation that they're going through, as well as the interview that I saw with Alex Karp, as well as their earnings results, as well as just mathematically speaking, the numbers that they're putting out is just very bright overall. So I don't want to say I told you guys so, but I hope that you are going to pay attention to what I'm talking about with Palantir, because there's a lot more to come. Make sure that you're subscribed with notifications, because I am going to continue to release the most up-to-date research and the best ideas on option trading possible for you to make some money with me.